I genuinely, from the depths of my soul, am not that type of person. But it seems like I keep getting mixed up with the wrong people. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't want any friends. I don't want any girlfriends. Nothing. I'm done with everyone and everything. Don't understand it. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. And it's like, I think the craziest part is like that was in response to me saying that I miss her. I didn't even say anything bad about her. I've never said anything bad about her. I have stuck by her side. I have stuck up for her. I have lied for her. I have been there for her. But Amber Lynn's just a master manipulator. I'm just a wizard of manipulation. I'm going to be the professor at the manipulation college. Like, ever. I genuinely, from the depths of my soul, am not that type of person. But it seems like I keep getting mixed up with the wrong people. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't want any friends. I don't want any girlfriends. Nothing. I'm done with everyone and everything. Don't understand it. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. And it's like, I think the craziest part is like that was in response to me saying that I miss her. I didn't even say anything bad about her. I've never said anything bad about her. I have stuck by her side. I have stuck up for her. I have lied for her. I have been there for her.
Hello everybody, good morning Vapor and Cracula and K-Bear and Lisa and Holly and Emotional Support Muffin, hello, Greenie, hello, QLs, hello, Mr. Snowflake. Lovely to see you, honey. Congratulations on your premiere. Feathers, hello everybody. So sorry I sound a little bit different because I've got a wig on and my headphones decided to fail halfway through the premiere, so I couldn't listen to it properly, so I've got earbuds in and they're terrible. And it also reminds me of how very loud I am. Anyway, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. So thank you all so much for being here. Catsaway, thank you so much for the super chat, honey. I appreciate it. Catsaway said, hope you didn't need any sleep. Sleep is for the weak. Whoever needs sleep. Would have liked a nap though, but that's okay. Anyway, so spoilers. I only got to actually watch about half of Mr. Snowflake's upload. So like the back end of it is going to be a surprise to me. So I'm very happy about that. So you all get to tell me it gets worse because undoubtedly it will. So today we're going to be watching Mr. Snowflake's a piece of content entitled Emily Speaks Out Against Amber Lynn Reid. And yes, I did pull the timing of this live stream back because I wanted him to finish before I went live because I didn't want to be rude. So if you follow the link in the chat right now, that'll take you through to the channel where we watched it. Give a like, give a share. Do the things. It takes a village, people. You don't need me to tell you how to do this. Anyway, I've got a fabulous week on, and we're going to get started. So, hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you if you're new, and thank you very much for returning. If you are coming back, I'm not a mental or physical healthcare professional. Just a guy who lost some weight, talks about things on the internet, and watches way too much of too many people, and I'm also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate. Just here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about what choices about what we say, choices about what we put on the internet, choices. So let's get to, and here we go. Oh, I did skip the, 5-minute interlude. Sorry about that.
I don't even know where to begin or start.
I do. Do you know what I was doing while I was waiting for the premiere to load? I went back and watched Ambi's Crash and Out stream. It was a really good time. So this is all fresh, baby. Catsaway, thank you again for the super chat, love. Catsaway says, Amber taught me one thing, that you're rude. Me?
Hi, everyone.
What did I do?
This is me talking with Emily. Right, here we go. Hi, Emily. Hope all is well. What made you want to come out now and
I'm going to need to make this bigger so I can read along. Hold on. There we go.
discuss your time with Amber? Honestly, I was content staying silent for a long time.
Vogress, thank you for joining the channel as a member, mate. I hope you enjoy your butthole. Thank you for the support. And MPT, thank you for the super chat as well, honey. MPT says, thanks for staying up so late to chat with us. That's okay. This feels so feels like we're at a slumber party, you know?
But I'm tired of
But there's a monster.
watching her dodge any real
Not him.
accountability. She creates her own reality and then
Oh, turn Mr. Snowflake up? Okay. Yes, I can.
expects everyone to play along. The sad part is most people do because they're either scared of her or don't want to deal with the drama. but I hit a point where I just couldn't sit back and watch her keep rewriting the truth. So I say, well, I'm glad you have decided to speak up, so I
This feels like last night. This is great.
guess we start at the beginning. I'm guessing
It's like a sleepover.
everything was fine at the start of the relationship, or were there any little red flags? She says, at first everything was great. I really thought I had found someone who was kind, laid back, and just fun to be around.
Okay, so y'all are here for a little bit of like side eye and like, you know me. Like, we're not gonna mince words here. I do have to ask, in terms of the timeline and awareness, was Emily aware of who Amberlynn Reid was before they like started speaking to each other? Because I get like all of the partners kind of mixed up with who slid into whose DMs and who actually knew what Amberlynn Reid did on YouTube and who didn't. I'm side-eyeing. Olivia's, thank you for the super chat, honey. Olivia says, it's a gloomy, rainy morning in Oklahoma, so I'm cozying up on the couch to watch my stories with my favorite live streamer. Well, lovely to see you today, honey. I hope you're having a great weekend, and thank you so much for the support.
She was able to carry on a conversation, and it's hard
Zen says, work tomorrow, 12:47 a.m. in Adelaide. Whee! Thanks for the super chat, honey. Lots of coffee to you.
to find these days.
Can I sit on the other side of the screen, or would that be against the law? No, we can do that. Hold on. How do I do that? Oh, I know how to do that. Oh, it doesn't like me today. Technology isn't allowing me today. It is transform. It is flip horizontal. Oh, that feels weird. Oh, this feels so weird. Ellen, thank you for being here for 51 months, honey. I appreciate it. Ellen says, glad to be here, Your Honor. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, my gavel's like all the way down here. This is so awkward. This is why I don't like wires. Terrible. And Kayla, thank you for the super chat, honey. Kayla says, Snowflake telling us a scary story of the sleepover. We need to get marshmallows.
Looking back now,
And sugar, welcome. Hello.
I obviously was looking at everything through rose-coloured glasses. She really made it seem like she was this grounded, supportive person. I told her upfront that I was grieving Colleen, and still will be. She said she understood, respected that. She said it wouldn't be an issue at all. That was super important to me, for her to be accepting of it. And for a little while, it felt good. We actually had fun together. We laughed, joked
This editing is just so good. Shout out to Mr. Snowflake.
around, and it was chill.
It's feeling like a built by the algorithm episode. It really is.
Genuinely enjoyed spending time with her
Turn this around in like a day. Bro, this is amazing.
before she started showing me who she really is. I guess it was a typical scenario of love bombing. After everything I had been through, it was just nice to
Sam, thank you for the super chat, honey. Sam says, to be honest, not being rude, I finished the video already. It was nothing burger. Hopefully part 2 is more scolding. This is stuff we already knew. I think it's less about the audience knowing and more about confirmation of the knowledge, you know? Because, like, we can sit here and we can hypothesize and we can theory and we can say, like, oh, I think this until the end of time. But until someone, like, in the actual world, like, confirms it. Confirmed. But thank you for the super chat, honey, and that wasn't rude at all. Vinta, thank you for the super chat as well, honey. Vinta says, need to know if Amber knew that Emily was a feeder. I somehow think she had an inkling, yes.
feel wanted and not so alone anymore. And I say, was it still nice when she came to stay with you? How long was she meant to stay for?
Terry, thank you for the super chat as well, honey. Terry says, coffee, Snowflake, Poppy, go or drama Sundays. What a vibe. Pastry. Get yourself a pastry. You deserve it. K-Bear, thank you so much for gifting 20 channel memberships, honey. You didn't have to do that at all, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. Enjoy your buttholes. Have fun.
Emily says, there were a few little red flags early on, like how Amber would get upset if I didn't FaceTime her for hours every single day.
Amber, how is that therapy, honey? How's that going?
Or if I was busy at work and didn't have time to message her.
Yes, I was very codependent with Destiny, and I
Where have we heard these stories before?
can admit that. I can
Is Amber the same person she was 10 years ago? Turns out.
absolutely admit that. I will admit that 100%. I wanted either like a text or like a call just to be like, I love you. My day's been good. That's all. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Because I was home alone 24/7. I'm not perfect. Beck wasn't perfect. Like, I was super controlling of their time, of like their energy. I always wanted them near me, like always.
She'd take it
Zero changes to any of the stories from previous partners, by the way. That's good to know.
personally and
Consistency. They name Anne Boleyn. Ooh, that's weird.
get upset. During my first visit to Oklahoma, things actually seemed
Hey,
to go really well. But it was a short trip, and we were still in that honeymoon
Because I'm conscious of my voice, I feel like I'm so quiet now. I gotta yell. Yell, yell, yell.
phase. It was during my second visit that things started to feel off. She would get irritated if I checked my phone or responded to messages that weren't about her or focused on her.
I want to get to
That
the
visit
Andrea
also happened right after she
Andrea?
posted who I was and the doxing stuff that followed. So tensions were high, so I kind of brushed it off at the time, thinking
Paulina, thank you for being here for 5 months, honey. Paulina says amber tea with minimal actual ALR in it. Perfecto. Honestly, the best way to have it, to be fair, Paulina. And Aya, thank you for the super chat, hun. That's very kind. Aya says, thank you for your hard work the last 2 days. I enjoy rewatching your lives, and I love the wig. Thank you so much. The wig does have a lot of heavy lifting, but big ups to Mr. Snowflake, obviously, for bringing this content. I'm not trying to steal anyone's thunder.
it was just stress. But everything really started to change when Amber came to visit me. She was originally only supposed to stay for a week or two, tops.
Wow, a week turned into like 3 months, bro. That's crazy. That's leaving more than a sweater behind. KM, thank you for the super chat, honey. KM says, so we all just moved from the premiere to here. No, Mr. Snowflake had like 13,000 people in there. It was wild. It was great.
It wasn't going to be some extended
Sugar, thank you for the super chat. Love Sugar says, she was even threatening to let Emily's cat out. Stop. Well, I mean, the way she was talking about it in the stream earlier this weekend, it's not surprising. CD, thank you for the super chat. CD says, happy to stay. Justice for Rarity. Karma is a kitten. We've said it many times. Liz, thank you for the super chat. Love. Liz says, everyone, the ALR account in Snowflake's chat was not her. It's a well-known troll account. Oh, Ambi says a checkmark. Yeah, no checkmark, no Ambi. I'm sure she had a sock account or two in there, though. Jamie, thank you for the super chat. Also, did Alexis watch? Jamie says, Paul be putting in the overtime this weekend. I'm a little bit tired, but it's okay. We'll get by. We'll survive.
thing. We were planning on probably
Drama knows no rest.
around 2 weeks. I think she stayed like 3 months, wasn't it? 3 or 4 months? 2 weeks. Because that's when I'd be off work and able to take her home. But by day two, I've only seen these.
Oh, by day 2.
Was it last night? I haven't slept for ages, didn't I? I've only seen these once as I was talking to Emily. So I've probably forgotten most of it. Because that's when I'd be off work and able to take her home. But by day 2 of her being at my house, things already started to shift. It was weird how high-strung she was that early on.
Forgive me for being ignorant here, but didn't Tommy Salome go and spend time with Amberlynn Reid in Oklahoma? So she was very much aware of who Amby was? Where's the story about, it took 2 days for me to realize who she was really? Girl, I don't trust that. Foxy, thank you for gifting 5 channel memberships, honey. I appreciate it. Welcome back to everyone. And Scar, thank you for 52 months. Scar says, here for the mess, but remained a reminder chat, they all suck. Yeah.
2. I don't know what shifted, or it was the change in environment, but she just acted off.
True, I'm sorry if the pausing is annoying, but feel free to follow the link in the chat. That'll take you straight to Snowflake's content, and you can watch it without pauses, if you want. I'm not trying to be rude, just,
She really didn't like that I had a life outside of her. I mean, I work 12-hour shifts. I have a family, friends, pets, a house to take care of. I have responsibilities, but anything that wasn't about her felt like an inconvenience to her, and she made that very clear. Well, by day 2, Jesus. I'd get home from a 12-hour shift, completely exhausted from a stressful job, and she'd get upset if I wanted to go straight to bed. She'd say things like, oh, you're not going to hang out with me.
Jaw, thank you for the super chat. Love Jawbone says, I knew most of this, but it's much, much worse. I think, I don't know what the back end of this looks like, but we'll find out. But I also think, having confirmation of everything really just, makes it so much realer in a way. I mean, I know we spend a lot of time, watching the girls and believing worst-case scenarios, but when it's actually confirmed, it all gets a bit, grim. Steven, thank you for the super chat, honey. Steven says, Zach, this is Hecticana. It is Hecticana.
Asked me to take her to the casino or go shopping. And if I said no, she'd get upset and compare it to her working on vlogs all day. Oh, yeah.
Someone actually gave me the idea, 3-minute vlogmases. And if you go over 3 minutes, then awesome, that's amazing. At least you're uploading every single day, even if it's 3 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? That's kind of a good idea.
saying she still had the energy to do things, so I should too. Amber expected me to be constantly available. If I didn't text or call during my breaks, I'm sure we've done this with Destiny,
I think we've done them with a few.
or if I wasn't giving her attention constantly, she'd get upset or start a
This
fight.
definitely happened with Destiny and happened with Beck as well.
I told her in the beginning that I need to be able to have alone time
And most likely happened with Feline.
because that is how I decompress from stress. We've had arguments about that before. She visited too, because she didn't like that. She would always accuse me of not loving her and say how terrible of a girlfriend I was.
That sounds like Amber.
She wanted me to call out of work anytime she was having a crisis.
Every minute of every day.
Just felt like she wanted me to stay home.
Are you getting my text? I feel really sick and I am having an anxiety attack. I really need someone.
I think we all
I was watching the Crash Out stream again, and like an hour and a half in, she was like, I really need to go and have a shower. Can I take you guys with me? I just don't want to be alone right now. Classic Amber. Just weird.
suspected that, talked about that. She was always in a bad mood because of this. If I did anything that didn't involve her directly, she would start an argument. I was exhausted, trying to juggle everything in my life, on top of her constantly being mad at me. We'd get into arguments and she just wouldn't let anything go. She would gaslight, deflect, just typical narcissistic behaviour. It got to the point where I started going into the other room just to sleep because she wouldn't stop arguing with me when I was trying to rest before a shift.
Which confirms the story Amber was telling the other day. Kato Joy, thank you for the super chat, honey. I hope you're having a good day.
Came into the room and stood over the bed.
Stood over the bed?
I'm just really surprised that she didn't just like keep you locked and cornered into an argument all night and you got no sleep. Because if that would have happened with me and her, that's what she would have done with me.
She told me that if I wasn't going to finish the conversation, which was basically her going on and on about how I didn't love her and all this other crap, then said, fine, if I can't have peace from being able to have this conversation, then you aren't going to either.
Oh boy, Amber, confirmations.
She would then stand next to the bed I was sleeping in and intentionally keep me up all night. I felt like this happened every time she knew I was going to work.
We've spoken about this before. Which ex was it that discussed this talking point? I think it was Beck. Girl, that's like against the Geneva Convention. You're not allowed to torture people like by sleep deprivation. We got to get the UN on the line. Who's got that number? Becky, thank you for being here for 52 months, honey. Becky says, thanks for covering this in a fashionable wig. Anytime. Anytime. And JJ, thank you for the super chat, honey. JJ says, sleep paralysis, Lynn. Sugar, thank you as well, honey. Sugar says, Emily could have been caught for a DUI with driving to work fatigued. Because of Amberlynn. She doesn't care about anyone but herself. No, she doesn't. No, not at all. It's Amberlynn Reid. This is known. Housekeeping, hello, welcome back.
Like she was intentionally keeping me up because she didn't like that I wasn't home instead of at work. Emily again? Yeah, this stuff was happening.
This is why Amberlynn Reid used to tell her partners to just quit their job and she'll look after them because she's got YouTube money, you guys.
More and more frequently. And then I say, sounds like she didn't want you to work and just spend all day at home with her.
Ali, thank
I'm
you.
guessing
honey.
she
Thank you for
used
the support.
BPD as an excuse for her shitty behaviour. How did I know that? She 100% used your BPD. Her BPD as an excuse. That's what frustrating me the most.
Chat, I'm very sorry if I'm not like more reactive in all of this, but again, I was in the wars trying to listen in, so now I'm actually trying to listen in. Just in a
Imagine
fabulous
having
week.
BPD, unregulated,
Unmedicated.
unmedicated, and finding out just betrayal. Like, you go crazy. Like, you genuinely go crazy.
Yeah, you go crazy by being sleep deprived by like a narcissistic individual keeping you awake at the end of the bed. Lynn.
Anytime she'd have one of her tantrums, she wouldn't take any accountability and say it's because she has BPD. And she'd be like, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. When she would literally scream at me about something, like taking 4 minutes longer than I said I would.
My God, she's still... Fuck, Beck's timers, I swear to God.
Did you
My
really
God, we are reliving the years, girls.
set a timer? I did a couple times.
Rugby, I'm expecting to wake up in the morning and there to be an Amberlynn Reid live stream or video.
Yes.
Taking 4 minutes longer than I said I would. When I went outside to smoke. All right. I told her she can't use that as an excuse if she refuses to do anything to help
Yeah, good old timer Lynn, she's back.
herself to get better. She made a lot of false promises.
Imagine, like, being terrible in a relationship and then all of those details about your awful behavior came out on the internet and you were forced to address them, and telling the entire, like, the entire platform of YouTube that you're going to get therapy and then repeating that behavior with the next ex to come along. That's Acticana.
Promises of getting into therapy. She told me in so many different occasions that she was signed up and she never went. I remember a video of
Amberlynn Reid timing their current partner and lying about going to therapy. That sounds familiar. Where do I know
I
that?
said, oh yeah, I found a therapist here in Wisconsin.
So I have actually found a psychiatrist / therapist who I'm going to be speaking to. I'm going to be calling. I have not called yet. I have discovered them. I have found them. I know about them and they know nothing about me yet.
And this is
The clock at the house, Lynn Dracula.
yeah, I remember a video where she said she found a therapist in Wisconsin, and I thought, right, she's been awful to Emily, and this is her way of saying, hey, I'm going to get help. Because that's what she did with Beck a lot. I'll work on myself, I'll improve, and it didn't last very long.
So I was
Care to Joy, thank you again for the super chat. Love. Care to Joy says, it is my big 50 birthday. Oh, broke your super chat, Cherry. I hope you have a fabulous birthday, honey. Thank you.
going to see a BPD therapist when I was in Wisconsin, but they were located in Wisconsin. And I was wasn't thinking at the time, and I do not live in Wisconsin. I live in Oklahoma. So now I have to re-find someone.
Such a stupid plot point.
Again. So what would you do all day when you were at work? I'm going to take a guess and say nothing. Ha.
He makes himself laugh.
Lay in bed all
Relatable.
day watching reaction channels.
Ha!
How could I have gotten that right? Yep, that was one of her manipulative tactics, and staying longer when it was getting to the point where I was asking her to leave. She thought she would get a therapist here. I'd let her stay so she could do the therapy. She did a whole lot of nothing, to be honest. She'd sit around and watch YouTube videos, including reaction channels, all day.
Hi, Amby. You awake, honey? You awake yet? No? Okay.
Reaction channels.
Shocking. I did her laundry. Again, I think Casey did all the laundry.
Because me and my mom would do her laundry.
I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't really like people touching my laundry. I still really don't, but I let Destiny do it because I trust her. Chris always does the laundry.
I cleaned up after her and took care of the pets. She won't ever let Twinkie or the dogs out during the day when she was home. So I'll come home from work. Oh yeah.
That seems insane, by the way.
I have to clean up Twinkie's pee off my brand new floor that I put in. I was really proud of that floor because I recently just put it in and...
Alright, so pretty much confirmation that Twonk doesn't go outside and the pee pads are a 24/7 situation type of deal. Glad we could confirm it. Olivia, thank you for the super chat, honey. Olivia says, ALR's demon standing around looking at her like, girl. Beards on the beat. I did see that comment, Olivia. And Alexis, thank you for 11 months. Love. Alexis says, make sure to like the stream, y'all. Love you, Poppy. Love you right back, honey. Thanks, guys.
I did it myself, which is a lot of hard physical work. Well, Amber knows about that.
She's claiming property damages because her dog pees on her carpet, and then Twinkie also was peeing on her carpet. They both were peeing on the carpet.
Sounds like because you didn't let them outside.
Like while we were sleeping, they both. So what I did was
Both.
I bought this really expensive, I bought 2 of them, this really cool like gate type thing that she actually still has up to block the there was pee pads down as well, just for like...
What is with all of these people and pee pads? I do not get it. Madam Juniper, hello honey, thank you so much for joining the channel as a member. Enjoy your buttholes. Thank you for being here.
At night when we were both sleeping and they both had a mind of their own, you know. I use pee pads. I actually recently started using pee pads for when I'm sleeping. I have an elderly...
Not for her, the beds. I mean, the dogs.
dog. It just happens. Dogs are dogs.
But maybe also for her.
Like, I tried to fix it, like, genuinely, and then I ended up buying a whole steam cleaner for her. Like, I tried to fucking fix it, bro. But it's crazy because she has this cat named Princess, which she keeps trying to throw out, by the way, on the streets, and I keep telling her not to. She really wants to fuck around. We can fuck around and find out. So I'm fucking done.
Nice. Iconic quote of the week.
Anyways, she has a cat that pees all over the fucking downstairs, on the carpet, on the chair, on the couch, on the clothes, on the this, on the that. So
Amy's been so busy this week. Nicole, thank you for the super chat, hon. Nicole says, how does she know they're both did when they sleep? I don't know. I'm assuming she's lying. Also, I'm on Chop Chat. Sorry, chat.
stop trying to fucking blame me and my dog for everything in your life, because I will literally come for you. Oh.
Not with the cookies.
It literally ruined the flooring because the pee would sit there until I got home from work to clean it. If you remember...
Sam, thank you for the super chat. Love. Sam says, don't forget Emily got off. Oh, no, Sam, don't worry. Just because we're laughing at Amberlynn Reid being a terrible person doesn't mitigate the fact that more than one person can be terrible in this situation.
One of her vlogs, she talked
It's true.
about her responsibilities.
I'm sure. I have no doubt that there will be conversation about the feeder talk at some point in time.
Of letting the pets out.
So on days that Tommy works, especially, like, I have the same, like, morning routine.
Yeah, we just, like, both.
Wake up, take the dogs out, refill cat food, dog food, water. It's just, like, every day. Just my go-to.
KM, thank you for super chat, love. KM says, does anyone else think there is a pee pad on the corner of the...
That lasted about 2 days. This started
Do poo pads exist?
a lot of fights too.
It's just back at home in Oklahoma, like, my routine is just a little bit different. So having to form another routine, you know, here in Wisconsin is a little hard.
What do I say? Disgusting. Only time I remember her talking about her responsibility with the pets was when she did the video explaining how Rarity got out.
So usually I take the dogs out and this curtain is usually open.
I'm sure she talked about that stuff before, but I just can't remember. Actually, before I ask you about Rarity, how bad did the tantrums get? What was the worst? If you're okay talking about it, if not, I'll shut my face. The tantrums slowly escalated each time. It started with just her shouting at me.
Naturally. Liz, thank you for the super chat, hun. Liz says, quote, 2 things can be true at the same time. It's true. And 2 people can be terrible.
To escalating to her slamming
Also, Milk, good to see you, honey.
doors and punching walls. Anytime I tried to leave the room, she would block doorways. She was also really jealous. Anytime I talked about Colleen, I wasn't allowed to share memories or say anything about it really anymore, or she would end up getting really upset and pissed off at me for the rest of the day.
I know how much he loved Colleen and still does. Like, I fully get that. During our
Sugar, thank you again. Love Sugar says, the way she snapped about Emily wanting to get rid of Princess from the live compared to the text message later is telling. Ooh.
arguments, she would
Spoilers.
literally tell me, you're never going to be Colleen. Like, just saying how much better Colleen was. Like, I had to literally compare myself.
JKV, thank you for the super chat. No, honey, I didn't think it would catch on, but it did.
And I was in competition with Colleen every single day of my life. Every single day that I was with her. But to continuously use Colleen as like a weapon, it became awkward for me.
It was really
I mean, yeah, just a piece of advice, like, don't get into relationships with someone who've just lost their fiance 2 months ago. Also, don't get in relationships with feeders.
hard, but the worst of the tantrums was actually the night before.
Liz, thank you for the super chat too, love. Liz says, justice for Beck, Rarity, Emily, Casey, Crystal, and all of their parents and pets. No matter your opinion of them individually, no one deserves what they all went through with her. I mean, valid. Thank you for the super chat.
Rarity went missing. She saw me scrolling through my phone and there was women on my Instagram feed. She flipped out and said I was
Wait, what about the Tumblr though? I'm sure we'll get there. I need to stop pausing. I'm sorry.
micro-cheating.
I got really fucking upset. Obviously, anyone, even mentally well people would have been pissed, would have been so fucking hurt. Probably marriages would have been divorced, like that type of deal, okay?
I will marry Tommy.
So we get in a big fight, duh.
The argument escalated really fast. That was the first time she got physical with me.
Oh, Amber getting physical with people again. Wow, shocking. That happens so frequently.
She threw things at me.
And she ends up throwing the can at my car.
Clock
Made
the
me
tea.
mad.
You're saying if I could hit someone, I would? Okay. I can throw this at someone's head.
Did Amber throw a glass at your mom? Yes. She did.
Like, the fuck?
Yeah, Amber should have gone and taken off softball or something instead of being abusive. She's probably got like a good hook on her or something.
I could take this
Hook, is that what you call it in softball? Pitch. Pitch. That's what it is. Pitch.
and throw it. I'm just not a physically abusive person.
I told her I was going to leave the room. She then grabbed my arm and dug her nails into my arm to the point of drawing blood.
All I remember is she got mad and she grabbed my arm. Dug her nails into my arm.
I tried putting
I think Amber needs some inpatient. Because the way that she's spoken about past relationships and how all of her past relationships have been abusive, and then it actually kind of turns out that it was Amber and it's all projection. Amber, honey, check yourself in. Maybe don't come online today. Just like go find a doctor to go and like talk to. Because this isn't right. Nothing's right about this.
pushing past her to get through the doorway, and she pushed back into me and actually falling on top of me.
I remember I tripped over her rug. I landed into her. She fell on the ground. And I'm like, as that's happening, I'm trying to get her. Like, as she's falling, I go to grab her off the ground. It didn't work out very well. She still landed on the floor. And then she started like hysterically, how come you pushed me? I'm like, what is actually happening? So she like, I don't know. It was this whole fucking thing. And I was like, this cannot.
Again, just a shout out to everybody who struggles with their own mental health and wellness, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's BPD, it could be literally anything. But good job for you guys, like, being human and not just blaming your mental health conditions for all of, like, the terrible things that you may or may not do in your life. I'm not saying you're terrible, I'm just saying thank you for taking accountability and working on yourself, and not being Amber and Reid, because damn. Ali, thank you for the super chat, love. Ali says, it blows my mind how Ayla acts shocked at the consequences of her BPD meltdowns and her partner snapping at her. Like, shocked Pikachu face. Yeah, what are people meant to be like? Like, oh no, don't worry, Ambi. Oh, it's just your BPD, don't worry. Like, you're hurting me, but it's okay because it's your mental illness. Get the fuck out of here. Thank you. Oh no, my mouse. Very that, Sam. Yes, very, very much the poo-poos are flying.
Happy roll right now.
I said, Jesus. She says, at that point, I was livid. I told her to go back to Oklahoma, and then I was absolutely done. And this is the night before Rarity, right? Oh, it just pissed her off more. She then grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that it was something that would hurt me more than anything she could do physically to me. Like the lowest she could go, she let her apologise and then tried begging for me back. Saying that it was her...
Girl, how did all of this happen and then Amber still think she was in a long-distance relationship for 8 months? I hope that gets discussed.
BPD. There it is, At first, she denied that she did any of those things, which that sucked too.
No, I never destroyed her
Miss,
ex's
yes, I
photo. This genuinely cannot... Like, I have never been so gaslit.
And I'm like, am I just imagining the gouges out of my arm? She apologised profusely when she knew that she couldn't gaslight me into believing it didn't
Voodoo,
happen.
good to see you, honey. Oh yeah, chat, if you're having a good time, you can hit the like button. You don't have to, but like, hi.
At that point, I went to my 12-hour shift after that, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, then you went back to work, I said. Alright, here we go. After work, I didn't want to go back home. I was exhausted, drained, and didn't want to deal with her crap all over
I would have told her to leave and change the locks, or just lock the door. She didn't have a key.
again.
But then again, the animals. See, Amber, that's what's so manipulative about that situation, is that you literally took innocence into that entire, like, situation type of deal and leveraged that into reasons to stay. Nasty. Nasty, thank you for being here for a month, honey. I appreciate you.
She had been blowing my phone up all day trying to apologise and see if I would change my mind about having her go back home. Okay. After work, I went for a walk to decompress. She was not happy about that and was blowing my phone up asking me to come home. It was about 2 hours after my shift that I got a text from her saying that she couldn't find Rarity.
Oh, you know that she did it on purpose. I'll say it.
She said she hadn't seen her all day but was just telling me this now. At that point, I came home right away. I figured she was just somewhere in the house, and she was just saying that to try to get me to come home. But after...
Bruce, good to see you, honey. Hope you're well. Thank you for the super chat. Bruce says, to me it sounds like Emily is repeating everything Ambi's exes said about her. Too convenient. They both crap. Thank you for the super chat. Look, I would be hesitant to believe you, but also the fact that, like, this would be the fourth ex to talk about practically the same behavior. I see the similarities, and I would 100% agree. A cynical mind might leap to, this is too convenient, but I mean, every time Amberlynn's been called out about abusive behavior in the past, she's admitted to it, but she's blamed it on her BPD, so I don't think this is a situation that's very different, but I see your point. Els, thank you for being here for 12 months. Happy anniversary, love. Els says, I think Lynn made sure Rarity could never be found. Is kind of how it's reading, yeah. Eric, thank you for the super chat, love. Eric says, toss a DoorDash coupon and a stack of washcloths outside to rid yourself of an infestation. That's a good one. And Cat's Away, thank you, love. Cat's Away says, imagine a nurse going home to decompress. Yeah, I mean, she's out and about for a walk in all of this. And again, like, more than one person can be terrible. But in this story that's being told here, Amberlynn, Jesus Christ, like, check yourself in, bro. Olivia, thank you as well, honey. Olivia says, may the Lord grant me the strength of Ambi's eyeliner during her crying fits. Well, she does, her hands get it off.
I searched the entire house while Amber watched. She wasn't anywhere to be found. At that point, I moved the search outside. I was exhausted, but searched all hours of the night looking for her. I really thought I would find her that night, but it was no luck. I know there's text messages coming up in a second, I'm waiting for that. At that point, I made posters and hung them up all around town to local businesses.
Eva, hello, honey.
I think Amber even said Emily's basically doing everything.
Tommy has made, like, online posters and put it on different websites and, like, went outside and we've been, like, yelling her name.
Posted on social media and lost cat pages. Amberlynn's one job was to call the shelter to make a report. But when I called the shelter after they found a cat that was deceased, that kind of matched Rarity's description, it ended up not being her, the shelter told me no formal report was ever filed.
Amberlynn, make that make sense. How does that make sense? How did your everything, what? Go back, say it again. Key, thank you for the super chat, love. Key says, maybe Em let Rarity out to get back at Ambi. The timing is so sus. One of them did it on purpose after the physical alteration. Someone is a liar. In this situation, I'm considering Ambi has tried to get rid of Rarity a couple of times, like to offload Rarity onto Beck, for instance. The level of crazy that Amberlynn seems to be consistent in with her partnerships, I'm tempted to believe that it was Amber. Sam, thank you for the super chat. Sam says she could have called the cops at any time to have the law be removed from the home, but chose not to. The thing that I don't understand, Sam, and I'm sure this will get discussed at some point in time, is how these interactions were happening for 2 to 3 months, and then the long distance relationship was continuing for like 8 months, and Slommy was in Reddit calling Ambi Pocahontas for however many months. Like, the time, someone's gonna have to clean up the timeline and help me like make sense of it, because it doesn't strike true. I guess maybe it gets covered in this or later. Liz, thank you for the super chat, hun. Liz says, the biggest reason I believe Emily's side is her story hasn't changed at all. It's been consistent, very straightforward. ALR lost all credibility. Oh yeah, 100%. I trust absolutely nothing Amberlynn Reid told me. And I guess it kind of works in Tommy Slommy's favor here, because we are kind of urged to disagree with Amberlynn Reid. But I mean, nothing that Emily said so far seems out of character for Amber. Again, considering the last like 4 relationships.
That was deceased. That kind of matched Rarity's description. It ended up not being her. The shelter told me no formal report was ever filed.
That's crazy. That's wild. What do you mean you didn't put a formal report in?
The only info they had was the report from the Lost Pet database that I submitted. So at that point, I filed the formal report with the shelter with her description. but they could
Right, well, Ambi probably had phone anxiety or something.
call if they
Or
had
she forgot.
anybody turn her in. I'm sure when we saw the report, everybody was like, oh, Amber's got the age wrong of Rarity, and I'm sure there was something else wrong. I'll have to check. But I guess that would check out if Emily did it. Maybe she would get the details wrong because... So anyway, I think
How did Ambi not talk to the shelter? That's mind-blowing. Ambi better have a good answer for that. There's not going to be one. Cuddle Cats, thank you for the super chat. Love Cuddle says, Ambi's tears are lies. I've cried tears of grief when my husband passed and my nose ran each time I sobbed. Her, not so much as a nose twitch. No, I do not believe the tears of a crocodile.
fits. But I spent hours
Thanks, Throssie. Also, can you change back to Sky yet?
upon hours driving around looking for her, walking through fields and in between houses. Around my house through the snow. I think that's what everyone thought, yeah. Amberlynn would go in the drives with me, but obviously didn't do the walking around part. Again, I think everybody, said that.
If Amberlynn couldn't be bothered to get off her ass to open a door to let the dogs out to use the bathroom, yeah, she's probably not walking more than she intends to, which is nothing, because she's lazy.
Get so pissed when we were driving because she would have her head buried in her phone playing a stupid Farmville type game. And
Oh, Ambi, honey, it is not 11. We're not playing Farmville. What are you doing?
instead of looking out
Farmville in 2025, my word.
the damn window to find her cat.
I have this app on my phone. It's a game. It's called like Harbor Gossip or Gossip Harbor. I don't even know, but I'm like
Oh, girl, play a real game.
obsessed with it. I've been obsessed with this game.
Also, look for your cat, you moron.
Dice Dreams.
I loved Rarity, and she was a sweet cat that would always sleep on my chest. I did everything I could to try to find her. I can't say 100% that she purposely let her out, but given the circumstances, the situation doesn't look good. No, it does not. If it was a ploy to get her to be able to stay in Wisconsin longer, then I guess it definitely worked.
It was a lengthy stay that became
You know what? Amber Reid does not deserve animals. There's
Link-
lots of people who don't deserve animals, but god damn it, Amber.
lengthier because we loved being around each other, which then became lengthier once Rarity went missing. I was not going to leave her here.
And see the text messages coming up 2 seconds. Me again, I don't know if you're like Amber and keep old messages, but do you have any messages from Amber about Rarity going missing? It's the one after this one. Yeah, I do. I have the message of her initial reporting when she's missing, which is time-stamped. It shows that her story that she posted on her vlogs about being missing at 5 a.m. was not correct.
When it happened, it was 5 a.m.
These are the texts between Amber and Emily. Amber says, "So am I leaving? Wait, I read that wrong. I also have moments where I snap at you. I haven't been able to find Rarity all day." What time is this at? 10:06.
Damn, not I am afraid to come home, to be honest. Woof. Also, these messages at like 10 p.m. Girl, what were you doing all day?
"I need help finding her, please. I've been calling her name and looking everywhere all day." Emily says, "I'm afraid to come home, to be honest." Amber says, "I didn't go to the back porch." Amber says, "I didn't go to the back porch." Amber made a whole demonstration video at the back porch explaining what had happened. But here she's telling Emily, "I didn't go to the back porch. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to cause you any stress. You can come home and go into the bedroom. I'll stay in the living room till you wake up for work."
Why is this person in your house? Oh my god. Oh my god.
10:26 p.m.
Crazy. This is crazy behavior. It is like a true crime. It's like someone reading out Clue. Tia, thank you for the super chat, honey. Tia says, "We got Amber saying in her own words she lied about Emily wanting her to stay. She abused her physically, how Rarity was lost, etc. That's something." Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to believe a word Amberlynn says, which isn't to say default to believing everything Emily says, but like, Amberlynn's full of shit.
"If you didn't hurt me on purpose, why would you regret it? Get real. I don't want you to touch me."
If you didn't hurt me on purpose, why would you regret it? Get real. I don't want you to touch me. How much longer did Ambi stay there? Also, again, an 8-month continuous long-term relationship after text messages like this? Girly plops.
Me. Amber says, I regret
I'm gonna need Emily to clean up that timeline.
anything I've done that has hurt you. I understand. Oh my god, Princess is out. Emily's cat. Princess is out. She just went up the stairs into the bedroom. I was so confused for a minute. Emily, can I ask you something?
Oh my god.
Can I have another chance?
Oh my god, she's just... This is so tiring. Oh. Oh my god, block her. Block her ass. Block her on everything. Run. Not like this, not these text messages after she was standing over the end of your bed keeping you awake. Whoa.
No. So you want me to pack my bags and leave? Yes. Check snap, please. I've been abused before, and I was done to have stayed with her because look what it led to. And Amber says, I would never do that. I sent a whole video. It's taking forever to send. Anyway, there's the text messages.
What was the video? What is going on? These people are insane. These people are crazy. How are there people like this out in the world? Yuck. Yuck. I need a shower. Lost Girl, thank you for the super chat, honey. Girl says, totally with you on the ongoing relationship after this. It doesn't seem to make any sense. No, if Emily comes out and said we weren't in a long-term relationship, Amber is full of shit and also possibly like hallucinating, that I would believe. I would believe if Emily went no contact after Amberlynn had left in November, December, whatever it is. But the timeline does not make sense, and the timeline always has to make sense.
I'll make another video talking more about it, but I'll keep reading. But yeah, very different to Amber's demonstration video.
Yeah, also, what was the video that Amber sent? Did it, like, make sense in terms of, like, her talking about her feelings about the relationship, or was it just a crumble cookie video?
Funny, that.
We get in a really fucking bad argument. She leaves through the glass door.
1 second. Liz, thank you, honey. Liz says, playing devil's advocate on behalf of Emily, I stuck around in a 7-year relationship with someone who was far worse than this and had a child with them. It's not as easy to detach as people may think. I also have, I mean, if, in that context, again, this is not in defense of Emily. Totally understand. That's a whole thing. But I totally understand. I also kind of understand the, like, 2 months ago, I've just lost my fiance, and now I'm trying to find a rebound or something or whatever, and like it's Amberlynn Reid, and oh my god, yeah, I don't know whether or not the grief processing was also like considered in all of this, because that's kind of again hecticana. But considering the way that Amberlynn has treated every past relationship she's ever been in, it seems like that would have been a bit of a perfect storm for someone who might have been in an emotionally like fragile state, and Amberlynn Reid, the professor of manipulation, you know.
Leaves the door open. I did not notice because I did not go near the door. I did not go near the door. I was sitting at the kitchen table waiting for her to come home, and that's when I noticed the cold breeze. Emily left the fucking door open. And she booked it so fast, she didn't even close the door. It was just a lot. In my brain, I was thinking, there's no way Rarity got out. We're good. You know, it's like one of them things. But it was the next day when I was like, something
Not the breeze, you guys.
really just does not seem right. I haven't seen Rarity all day. I'm thinking, oh my god, I've been taking the blame this whole fucking time. I've been taking the blame this whole fucking time.
Right, me next. Well, that doesn't look good. She made a couple videos crying about Rarity. Were you off screen watching this, and what did you think? Because her acting is shite. I don't remember saying that. I mean, it's true. Her acting is shite. I've always thought that. I didn't buy she was genuinely sad. Nobody.
Actually, Mr. Snowflake, you awarded her with a flaky for Best Actress, so you haven't always thought her acting was shite. Sorry.
Not just me. I was home for a few of them that she filmed. It was always after a fight between her and I. I think she wanted to take advantage of the tears and the crying and put it on camera.
She just wanted to venture out. I know she just wanted to see.
I think that Amberlynn definitely was only ever creating content over there after she had had a bad time with Slommy, for sure.
No, like, I don't know where the fuck she is, and it's been just like, literally, sorry.
I even asked her, why would you film right now if you're this upset? Which she would get pissed, so I never mentioned anything about the vlogs. Yeah. She was obviously the expert and always knew what the right thing was to post. And I say, oh yeah, she's smashing YouTube. Right, slutty bastard. Emily says, a person can only watch so many videos about Legos, choosy, and the occasional bingo session before boredom sets in. She really doesn't do a whole lot of anything. And then I say, I always thought her Rarity videos seemed fake. Well, so did everyone, not just me, yeah. Usually when she knows she's in the wrong, but doesn't want to admit it, she's over the top and extra dramatic about things, yes. And she was definitely over the top. And I say, what was she like in the following weeks or however long? What she said about Rarity? Did she talk about Rarity? Oh, may as well. Also, not to bombard you, but I'll ask while it's just popped in my head and I'm still awake. I just saw a clip earlier today of you and her at the Billie Eilish concert, whatever she's called. Still don't know. You looked miserable. We did talk about her because I was actively searching for her. She would say how much she missed her every once in a while, but she definitely handled it better than I would have ever if I lost my pet.
Yeah, she saved all the crying for on camera.
Oh, that makes me miss Rarity.
She's my world. She's my everything.
I miss her so much. Sorry. Moment of silence.
She would cry sometimes, but she didn't cry like she did on camera about her.
Shocking.
Oh, okay, right. I definitely feel like this was a huge distraction from the big fight that happened. Oh, yeah. It seemed to blow over faster than it should have. I wanted to keep it civil while she was here, while we were looking for the cat. That's when she tried signing up for therapy in Wisconsin to show that she was going to get help for how she acts.
I need to do
This is a warning for everybody out there who considers getting into a relationship with Amberlynn Reid. Don't. Do not. Just don't.
therapy for BPD. So, I found a dude. Why did I say it like that?
We would argue on and off though, but she was actively trying to minimize her tantrums. I bought those tickets for her well before this happened. They were really expensive, and because they were in a premium seat, I couldn't resell them. I knew how much it meant to her to see Billy, so I took her. I tend to forgive too easily. Me again. So how did you get her to leave eventually? Because she told us she left because she was a grown-up and had an apartment or some nonsense. It was something stupid like that, wasn't it?
What was the real reason you went back to Oklahoma and didn't stay in Wisconsin? Because I have a whole ass apartment. I have a whole life here. I love my apartment. I love living alone in a responsible way. I belong.
But we're still in a relationship, you guys. Okie dokie, girl. Which, thank you for being here for 31 months, honey. Which says, not to be cruel, but is anyone actually surprised? No!
Here right now. So that is why we're currently in a long distance relationship. But I do see us moving in together in the future.
I will marry Tommy.
Makes sense anyway. Also, again, while it's in my head and
Hey,
I'm
Megan.
awake, I bet driving her home wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I think that's when Mop Legs was born, wasn't it? The drive home. What were her feet?
Could you imagine after all of this had happened for 2 months and Emily has to drive Ambi back to Oklahoma? Girl, that's the tea I want. I want to know what the road trip was like.
Mops mopping up the piss out of truck stop bathrooms. Oh, she's so gross, man. Oh. She couldn't keep up her normal behaviour for too long before her true self came out again, and we started arguing all the time. I finally got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore and told her she's going back home.
Do you think Amber had to sit in the back seat? Yeah, probably.
I drove her back home to Oklahoma myself instead of waiting for her mom to come do it. I don't know why she was insistent on making it seem like it was her decision. All right, why Amber was acting to us like, oh, it's my decision. Right, okay.
I don't want to talk about this, but I was in Wisconsin and I chose to come home myself because I love living by myself, like genuinely.
Flatbed truck. Good idea.
Tommy didn't want me to leave. Tommy said I am welcome there forever.
Oh, it wasn't
Incorrect.
19 hours. I drove 19 hours straight through and flew home but the next day. It took that long because of all the stops she had to take. Oh, God, yeah. That was the longest drive of my life, figuratively and literally. Within the first
I
hour
would have just locked the doors, tell her to catch a flight. Be gone.
of the drive,
Be gone, monster.
was screaming at me so much that Twinkie freaked out and jumped under my feet on the
Oh.
driver's side floor. I was driving on the highway and I had to pull over because she won't come out.
Oh, that makes me so sad. Oh, Twonk. Oh, that poor dog.
I don't even remember what she was mad at me about. I think it was a comment over me getting to choose the music
Fucking choosy. It's always choosy.
on the radio since I was driving that long and she wanted to choose to listen to.
Have you enjoyed the ride so far?
Right, so because she wanted to be in charge of what you were listening to, she screeched and raged and yelled, and Twonk got scared and ran underfoot. That poor dog.
I like it. Even the music and everything.
Even the music.
Yeah.
Say it again. Amber doesn't deserve pets. Fuck
pretty
Amber.
cool.
We had a Billie
like it?
Eilish
Are you happy?
streak. Yes.
I do hope that Romeo gives her lipedema. No, wait. Cellulitis. The other one.
I appreciate you guys taking me.
That's what matters.
Well, yeah, this is her again. After she was back home, she tried ringing me back in, saying she was going to therapy and actively working on it, and maybe the distance would be good to help us eventually be able to be together again without the fighting.
Chat, just a reminder, y'all deserve better. Just don't.
We had a lot of on again, off again stuff. I think we all knew that as well, yeah. Every time I tried to cut things off after things were getting bad again, she'd always have some sort of health scare to bait me back in. Well, that doesn't sound like Amber at all, does it?
So they're doing everything they can.
She was like, oh, it just means like you could possibly have a blood clot. That's why we checked your lungs.
What? I'm itching so hard. I am causing welts.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no one really asked about the welts, did they? Oh, well.
and then I say that she's done that on YouTube for years, gets found out or has some big drama, and then returns with, oh, hey guys, I have a new health issue. And also a poor Twinkie man. Anytime I've seen that dog on camera, they look terrified. I know why now. And again, I'm probably remembering wrong, but I'm sure Amber said she was on FaceTime with you when she was in a store with her mum when you ended it. Probably remembering it wrong. Sorry, probably am. How did you end it and how did she take it?
Ooh, gosh, trauma.
Both her pets would get scared during a tantrum. Wasabi would always run and hide in his little enclosed litter box when she would yell.
Oh, Wasabi too. Man, those poor animals.
I felt so bad for him. I feel bad for Twinkie too, being stuck inside 24/7.
Yeah, weird that Amber refuses to take her dog outside. Piss pads, Mary.
I had to say I have no idea about when or what time she's referring to about being in the grocery store. I might be remembering it wrong. Probably am. I had to end it for a multitude of reasons. She obviously didn't take it well. There was a lot of threats made of trying to ruin my life if I said anything publicly of her online.
Yep, that sounds like Amber. Sking, is it? Sorry, thank you for the super chat, honey. Sking says, as long as she is financially stable, she will never change. One day, her and Fruity will be studying college courses of why the internet isn't for everyone. Yeah, I could see it. It's unhinged, mate. And even from like a personal level, I just don't understand how you could get into like 4 or 5 relationships where you are very clearly having issues and they just repeat themselves and you don't think, maybe I should work on this.
So, you know, I'm a fucking snowflake. But if you share a video,
Shut up.
which I have never shared screenshots of, if you share a video of me during a BPD meltdown where I'm half naked due to your betrayal, that's when suing will entice.
Funnily enough, no videos yet, just like text messages.
Will happen. Absolutely.
It's a soft love. It's a soft love, it really is. She still tries to reach out to me. Sometimes she's civil, and sometimes she's absolutely unhinged. You don't say. Emily again. She did do a lot of threatening anytime she felt like she didn't have control of the situation. I'm still worried she's going to totally lose it once she finds out I talk to you.
Has anyone got eyes on Amber's channel?
should be
It's okay, guys. I think she's asleep.
fucking showering right now. I should be fucking washing my hair. I should be just fine and dandy. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack right here.
Well, she went live twice just before bed and when she woke up.
Liz, no, that's okay, honey. You're not bothersome at all. Thank you for the super chat. Liz says, I appreciate how you, Snowflake, and a few other reaction channels are so supportive of each other and uplifting each other's success. It's refreshing. Liz, I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. It takes a village, people. Like, I'm not about, like, talking to any of these people in the real world. Like, but I'll watch. And if other people are going to create that content exists. It's a big old ecosystem.
When I watched that back...
And chat, I always say, go and support your favorite content creators and your favorite reaction channels and clip show channels because, like, we're all trying to make it fun. This is really hard to make fun, to be honest, Snowflake, but that's not your fault. That's just the topics.
and Destiny collab, I was shocked at the similarities. Yeah, it's the same MO, isn't it? Unless they're not giving all the details. I feel like she's gotten worse since then, not better. Maybe she was just rough on me because I didn't put up with her crap.
No, Ambi has historically been rough on, I guess that is an apt phrase, pretty much every partner. Ali, thank you for the super chat, honey. Ali says, chat, in the words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Love yourself and fix your own stuff first. 100%. 100%.
Or fall for her manipulation. I do feel drained too, or have I missed a message? Sorry. Anyway, I think I said I felt drained just listening to it, so it must be worse for her. Do feel drained too. It's not a time I like to think about or remember. It's all a lot. I appreciate you respectfully listening to what I have to say so I can share my side of the story and not let her control the narrative. Is that it? That's it. I'm
Wow, that's it.
just glad they were in order. Like I said,
Now, just so everybody knows, Mr. Snowflake was saying that there was likely going to be a part 2, and whether or not it's going to be Tommy Salami or somebody else, keep your eyes peeled.
the first time, well, the only time I've went through them is when I was talking to Emily, and then I quickly put them up, and then I've done this. Right, that is it. Well, it's it for now. Because I know she's gone live twice and blamed Emily for Rarity getting out. And today, I only caught a couple of clips, but she seemed very smug. So, the end of this video was meant to be me saying something along the lines of, Amber, take accountability, like you didn't do with Beck.
Mm-hmm.
Take accountability, say sorry, and genuinely try and improve.
No, she's not about that life. The last 2 live streams have been about her blaming her BPD, and I think that's probably the line she's going to continue.
And this won't go away, but it'll be the end of it for me making videos, and for Emily. Emily just wanted to get this off her chest, and this would have been it. This would have been my only video, and Emily would have been done. However, because Amber is super smart and acted very smug in today's live stream and blamed Emily, Emily is rather pissed. And now it's not the end of it, which it was gonna be. So we're not done. I don't think we're done anyway. From the little bit of conversation I had with Emily today, I don't think we are done. And there is more to come out. Yeah. So yeah, just Amber shot herself in the foot by just having to come online and lie.
Well, it's more like she stood in a puddle and, like, got cellulitis. Less shooting, but, you know, yes, no, I understand.
And act really smug. A lot of stuff there, yeah. You don't have to believe Emily. Loads of people won't. I'm sure some people will. But the messages, I'll just talk about it for a second. Yeah, there it is. So am I leaving? So she knows this is it now. Emily's not taking her nonsense. It's game over. I haven't been able to find Rarity.
I'm sorry, that line there, the I'm afraid to come home, to be honest, like, imagine your partner, imagine someone you're dating, imagine, like, someone who you are apparently in a soft and gentle love with telling you that. Like, imagine reading that text message from someone who you say you love. Like, that is insane. That is insane. That is unhinged. Like, and the response is, don't be afraid. Girl, if I got that from someone who was, like, important to me in my life, I would have picked up the phone and been like, oh my God, is something wrong? Like, is everything okay? But the problem is Amber. So realistically, there was no way to, like, avoid that.
All day. This is a 10:06.
Like, reading these text messages, it screams Amber has absolutely no compassion or empathy, ironically. And it's legitimately all about her. It's crazy to read.
I need help finding her, please. I've been calling her name and looking everywhere all day. Looking everywhere. But then also says I didn't go to the back porch. Okay.
Yeah, I think reading into that by saying I didn't go to the back porch, it reads like Amberlynn Reid may have walked into a couple of rooms in the house to check if Rarity was around, but didn't actually go outside to have a look.
I didn't want to pester Emily too much because, like I said to her, it's draining listening to. I'm guessing people are drained listening to it now. So I didn't want to just ask her a million questions. But like I said, after the smugness of today, I've said, look, if you want to find more proof about anything, go for it. Go for it. Go through your do an Amber. Go through your phone.
Yeah, Amber's still got phones from, like, 20 years ago or whatever it is. Don't know why that memory came back to me. But, I mean, Amber doesn't have a problem trying to pull records from 10 years ago, so great. I wonder whether or not Amber was talking to Alexis at this period of time about how hard the relationship was. I'll keep my eyes peeled for Alexis as well.
Anything you like. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Emily is pissed. What a dumb move. Just come on camera, say sorry. And then just... I mean, we did it with Beck, didn't we? And I stupidly thought... I was the only one. I stupidly thought, oh, I'm going to get the arc I envisioned when I first started watching Amber. She's going to come good in the end. She's going to turn it round. Because she said she was going to take accountability. And I believed her?
Yeah, it sucks believing liars sometimes. Yeah.
And she obviously didn't and blamed Beck for everything. Just did what she... The clips I've seen of the live stream today, she did that with Beck. Just turned it around and said, oh, Beck did this. It was Beck who did all this. And yeah, like what I've seen today... Oh, it was Emily. Emily did this. All right.
No, it's either Emily or her BPD. Her BPD is not her.
Anyway, there's your messages. Yeah, I don't think it's the end of it now. Just what a dumb move. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks very much, everybody. Amber, you're so... Why? Why act smug?
Why be, like, a terrible, abusive partner?
Wrong move. Right, cheers, everybody.
No worries, mate. Thanks very much. All right, chat. I'm done for this evening. I'm going to go to bed now because I'm very tired. Oh, I'm back to front, but the wig looks fabulous. Thank you all so much for being here, chat. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for sitting with me as we watch this because I didn't get to watch most of it. And thank you all so much for your generosity, and I hope you enjoy this content, even if it is a little bit heavier. But in short, fuck Amber. Also, for those of you on the rewatch, if you'd like to hit the like button, feel free. Thank you for your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, please make sure you brush your hair and your teeth, wash your face, get your steps in, hug a loved one, don't be a dumpster fire on the internet, make good choices, be good people, don't make people sad, and look after yourselves. And I'll see you all in the next video. And